Hi everyone, welcome back to the channeling series. And today I am back with another message from the tarot, and it's the Ace of Swords. Yeah. So, what's the message from what is the message that I'm getting for all of you today? Um, it's definitely around communication, right? And when I mean communication, I actually mean the words that we bring out, right, of our mouth. They are actual, real spells, right? Everything that we say has an energy to it, all right? And that energy, what does it really do? What do you mean that, words are energy? It truly means that these words go out, right? And create circumstances, situations in our life that actually then, is kind of like it's like a call that you're making, right? And then when you make a call, somebody receives it, right? And then you get something back. Maybe someone else calls you back, or someone else is talking to you while you're talking to someone. So what I'm saying is that words actually go out there and create something which then again comes into our lives, right? So our reality, so to say, right? Where and in our reality, there are people, situations, things, right? All of that. And now the quality of your words will actually determine again the quality of people in your life, the quality of situations, right? Circumstances, all of that. So this is the connection that words have with the energetics in your life. All right. Now, and when I say spells, it literally means that, and there are so many reels also going on around, that's why it's called spelling. But what does it really mean? It actually means that you said something and it happens. And actually, in our Hindu culture as well, a lot of folks, we all know about Saraswati, right? She's the energy of, wisdom, and it's said so many times that we should be careful about what we say, because there are times during the day when Saraswati is on our tongue, and whatever we say becomes true. But if you even look at that, right, that story itself, right, it holds so much power, right? Because we truly don't know what we are saying, and what we are saying, I mean, when we are saying it and when it can become true. And so that holds true for anything and everything that comes out of a mouth, isn't it? All the words. And now let's come to the deeper meaning, or I would rather say practical, form of what this message truly means. So we've already had a conversation about the kind of self-talk we have with ourselves, right? And why it's important for us to say good things to ourselves, because then literally good things will get manifested, right? Now, when it comes to the energy of the word love, right? Have you seen when you say, I love you, right? And that energy is coming from like the lower chakras, which is so like the root chakra, right? Or the sacral, or even forget the sacral, but the solar, right, where there's ego, or where there's insecurity, right? You often feel that energy of love is very, um it's almost like tethered, right? You feel very bound, you feel limited, you feel like you're being chained, right? And that energy is not good. So even if somebody says I love you from that energy of insecurity, you really want to run away. You don't like that energy, isn't it? So that word itself, it's I love you, right? But it's the same, but that energy is uh you know, literally sucking your energy out, right? Now, when that same energy of love, right, comes from, say, your mentor, or maybe, somebody you look up to, right? In terms of somebody spiritual, right? Then that energy is so freeing, or you don't feel like you're bound to that, right? You almost look at it as a blessing, right? And you want that energy, and you want to be around it, right? So the same term can have so many different feelings, right? So this is an example to show you how that same energy of love from different people, from different situations, when it comes from the heart, or when it comes from, say, about the chakras, higher chakras, then that neediness is not there, that desperation is not there. And so you want to connect with that love energy. You feel like you're going with the flow. You actually are open to receiving, you're open to giving, right? Whereas when it comes from neediness and desperation, you shut off, or you actually run away, right? Because you don't feel that vibe, right? So that same word has so many different meanings, isn't it? Now, I actually have a few words written down, right? Just for you to give you an example. Now, when it comes to hoping, I recently made a reel around that as well. When we say I hope this happens, I hope so and so comes, I hope so and so, this is done, right? When you're in the energy of hoping, right, you bring in more energy of hoping. You will constantly keep hoping, because that's what you are affirming. But when you change that energy to choosing, so I hope, this gets done, to I choose for this to be done, it's a different energy, right? Choosing means you don't care about whether or not it will be done, you're choosing it to be done. And hoping means, there is uncertainty in your mind, right? You're not sure ye hoga ki nahi hoga. You're just saying, yeah, I hope it happens, right? Another thing is, when you are, this is another thing that I have a separate, I don't remember when I made a video on, but whenever you want to help someone, right, there is that messiah complex that comes in, and that help often actually leads to people being more helpless. Because if folks are not helpless, then who will you help? Right? So that energy of help is so, it has a heavy energy, right? However, when you are supporting, right, when you are empowering, that energy is so different. It's literally like it lifts you up, right? So if you're feeling low, you feel like, yes, I want your support, I want your guidance, right? Whereas help is all, it has strings attached, right? And you feel low, you feel like, you need to do something to get that. And then also with that, there is a lot of heavy energy, right? Now, yesterday I was speaking to one of my clients, and he was telling me about, this particular year being really the best year, and he was like, I don't know how we can ever get to that level, of resource, whatever, like profit. And so I was telling him that, again, when we focus on that was the best year, what's the energy we are giving out? We're giving out that that was the best year. After that, everything went to shit, right? So you are actually bringing the energy down of this, probably this year, probably this month, right? We are limiting our own growth by saying that was the best. Now I don't know, right? So when we say that was the best year yet, now we are opening up to possibilities now, in the future, anytime, right? Now, whenever something is not working out, right? Instead of saying this sucks, or this is the worst thing that could have happened, blah blah blah, right? First of all, cancel, clear, delete, right? Anytime it comes out, because it's a habit, right? We need to work on changing this habit. So cancel, clear, delete, right? Now, how does it get better than this, right? Okay, things didn't work out, you were really low, right? But now you don't need to marinate in it. Now you don't need to keep saying how things are not working out. The more you say that, you create more situations where things will not work out. You will actually see, if you say that this is not the worst, I don't know what else what other bad things can happen to me. Trust you me, you will see more bad things coming your way, and you wouldn't even imagine such things can happen. Like you'll keep going lower and lower and lower and lower. That's the power of your words. Yeah. So how does it get better than this? Okay, this was not something that I liked, right? But how does it get better than this? Yeah, you see that question and you change the energy of even a setback, right? Now something really great does happen. For example, you for example, this year, you really, the profits were just skyrocketing and you just were like amazed, right? But but if you say this is the best year, this is nothing can happen. It's such a ho hi nahi sakta. Nothing, like I don't know if this is even possible. When you say that, you stop your growth, you stop your possibilities, you stop the miracles from coming into your life. But when things are really going well and you say, what else is possible? You are again opening up streams, areas, avenues for new things to come up. You don't know what else can happen, right? You don't know. Maybe this was, you made a profit and maybe you can make a trillion times more. You don't know. Why are you limiting that growth, right? So something good happens, you ask that question. Something you didn't really like, you can change that energy. Then what else? When people ask you, how are you doing, right? Have you seen how people say nothing great, it could have been worse, right? All of that. So again, that energy is so dead, right? And even if somebody wants to say something positive or something good, their energy also gets sapped now. So instead of that, saying that I'm having a fantastic day, or something like that, that actually lifts the energy of the other person as well, right? So words are powerful, right? What you say matters, and what you say again and again, it matters more. So are you repeating negative spells again and again in your life, saying that something is not working out, and telling the universe to give you more evidences of what is not working out in your life? Or even if you've been doing that, you're taking up that opportunity to shift it now, right? To shift that energy and saying, how does it get better than this? What else is possible, right? And when you do that, when you move your energy to possibilities from what is currently showing up in your life, you actually invite in miracles, blessings, meher, um, good fortune, right? That's what shifts the energies to amazing, unbelievable good things coming in your life. But you need to keep that window open for these miracles, for these possibilities to come into your life, right? When you keep that window open, then you really, really don't know what you'll get. And that's the space that you want to be in with your words. So next time you talk about yourself, you talk about your life, you talk about any situation in your life, remember that you have the power to change that situation for the better, right? And always keep that window open for that miracle to happen, and you never know what will come up, what will show up. Yeah. So I hope this message resonated with all of you. I will be back tomorrow with another message. Till then, signing off, Anisha Dutt from Zarya Healings.